Today we're going to be comparing two Craftsman lawnmowers. The Craftsman all-wheel drive lawnmower versus the Craftsman four-wheel drive lawnmower. Also in this video, we're going to help better explain why the Honda HRX just wasn't for me. Okay guys, we're going to look at the four-wheel drive model first. I'm not going to go over too many details, just going to go over the pros and cons and what I'm starting to read online after purchasing this lawnmower. You can find these on Sears.com. They range all the way down from $350 all the way to about $400. So the price will drop, just check it weekly. So the only good thing I hear about this lawnmower online or read about, this engine is powerful. It's a 196cc engine.
Nice.
This thing will make you move. It'll actually make you, almost if you want, you could jog with it. That's how much power this thing has. It moves. And if you're looking online, if you're wondering, looking at that dipstick, it looks like a Honda engine. It's not. Kind of the similar style as the Honda dipstick. I thought it was a Honda when I first looked at it online, but it's not. This is actually a MTD engine. Through and through. It's an MTD product. So that's about it. That's the only positive thing about this lawnmower is it's powerful. Here's the downside. Here's your fair warning. Here's what I'm starting to see online, and it's true. This lawnmower in general, all overall, is plastic with a side of plastic, and I'll show you what I mean. So starting here from the front deck all the way back to here, it stops. No more steel, all plastic, which makes handling this thing really cheap. It feels so flimsy. Actually, there's so much plastic going on here from here on back on the right side of your screen that you could feel in the handle. It feels like it's gonna break. And if you notice, when you go to tilt it back, the deck will actually flex. That's how cheap it feels. That's the only thing I really don't like about this lawnmower other than the power. It's got a bunch of plastic, and it's true. So the concept on here, the four-wheel drive system, it's a great idea to whoever thought about it in their basement. I'm really proud of them, but it can be perfected. It kind of sucks. So here's how it works. Basically, if you pull the right trigger, it operates the rear wheels only. If you pull the left trigger, it operates the front wheels only, and I'll get to that con in a second. If you pull both triggers, it turns it into four-wheel drive, or I guess you could call it four-wheel drive, and I'll explain here in a second. So like I said earlier, this mower gives you the option to turn this into front-wheel drive only, which is a great concept, but it's a joke. It might as well not even be there, and I'm starting to notice a lot of people online saying the same thing. No matter what adjustments you make to the front axle or differential or pulley or belt, this thing moves slower than a snail. So it might as well not even be there. That being said, you might as well just call this a rear-wheel drive lawnmower. One last thing I wanted to share with you guys is the storage capability on here is terrible. I know it's not a big deal to some people, but if you got two kids, two boys, the garage gets a little tight and there's not a lot of room for everybody's toys, including mine. So what I'll do, I'll just show you a video above, and you can see the time lapse of my son putting away this mower and how long it takes compared to the other one that I'll show you here later in the video. All right guys, really quickly, let's look at the second model, the all-wheel drive model. And let me stop you right there. You're probably asking yourself, why does this guy have two lawnmowers? And here's my theory. I've got a 9-year-old and a 4-year-old. They're gonna start doing yard work whether they like it or not. Plus, if my wife could have more than one purse, I could have more than one lawnmower. So you can find this one on Sears.com, ranging for about the same price, $350 all the way up to $400. I actually saw it online for as low as $325 for like a Memorial Day sale. But going over the pros first, it's all-wheel drive all the time. The controls, super simple on this one, unlike the other one. So no matter which one you choose the left one, the right one, it doesn't matter, it's all-wheel drive all the time. Takes the guesswork out. And most of all, it is steel all the way from the front to the back, which makes this feel really, really good when you're handling it. So it's steel in the controls, steel deck all the way through. So it just feels a lot better. Or it feels more solid when you're operating it or handling it in general. And I kind of like this one, this lawnmower, more overall. So looking at the cons here, it is a smaller engine. It's a Briggs & Stratton 163 cc. So, you know, I only noticed it one time last year, that it bogged down a little bit when the grass was really thick or kind of tall or a little damp. But, you know, in that case, you just got to side discharge it or mulch it. Fight through it. All right, guys, I promised you that I'd tell you why we sold the Honda HRX, and here's why. It was too good. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna say it. It was too good. It was an awesome lawnmower, but it just wasn't for me. And what really put me over the top to sell it, besides the $600 sticker price, was the fact my wife came home and she said, honey, the only reason I know you mowed is because you told me. So basically what she was talking about, the dual blade system on those Hondas leaves such little clippings you can't even tell you mowed. I barely had to use my leaf blower when I was done. So it wouldn't stripe, it wouldn't leave lines. And if you're like me, you want lines and stripes on your yard when you're done. I think that's the whole purpose of mowing, if you ask me. But plus it had like cruise control on it for like fancy people. Just wasn't a fan of that. But these lawnmowers right here that you see in front of you leave awesome lines and they stripe really well. Actually, here's a picture of the front yard. Yep.
Nice. Nice.
Not gonna lie, looks awesome. Get off my lawn. Nah, I'm just kidding, I'm not that guy yet. But that's my 2 cents on Honda. It was a great unit. I would recommend it to a friend, but just wasn't for me. All right, guys, to wrap things up really quickly, if I had to pick one of the two, I'd go with the one on the right, just because it's lighter and it's easier to use. Our backyard could be a nightmare to mow. There's a trampoline, a shed, a swing set, and pretty much every toy under the sun back there. So handling, overall, the one on the right's great compared to the one on the left. The one on the left's great, but it's like a boat compared to the one on the right. So, I mean, they're both great mowers, but I use the one on the right more often. If you want to use the one on the left, that's great, but I only recommend for large areas and if you don't have to turn a lot. So, thanks for watching the video, and remember, your Craftsman is showing.